Alright, welcome to another episode of the build on the out of town car. So today we're going to put the police push bar on. So we're going to take the bumper cover off, remove some of the padding behind the bumper, mount the brackets for the push bar, cut holes in the front bumper so the brackets can stick through, mount the bumper cover back on, and then we will get some hardware and mount up our push bar. So let's get started. Alright, so first step, we're going to take off the bumper cover. Alright, so what we need to do is cut out pieces of this impact barrier right here so we can get to the bolts behind it so we can mount our brackets for our push bar. But first, let's see which pieces we need to remove. So, this one and this one. Okay, easy enough. Let's see if we can do it with snips. Now with the impact barrier cut out, you just remove these two bolts, which is where we're going to use to bolt our brackets for our push bar. So after all that, what we ended up having to do is these lower brackets go back to two bolts there under the frame. Now the holes were not exactly in the right spot. I don't have a great drill here, so we ended up just having to hog out the drill holes a little bit at a time, making the holes bigger until finally we get these brackets mounted up. But now we can do our test fit. We'll kind of see what it looks like, not to ruin the surprise. There we go. Oh man, looks pretty good. All right, brackets are on. So now we got to cut some holes in the bumper, put the bumper cover, put the bumper cover back on, bolt everything up, be good to go. So now it's time to cut some holes in our bumper cover. So let's get it as close as we can up here. We'll see where are those contact points. Okay, so the lower is going to be easy. We just need to cut a little bit out of the lower grill. The uppers are going to be a bit more of a trick. So we'll take marking crayon. And just mark sure that's as centered as possible, right about there. And okay, so we got to cut like from there to there and there to there. All right, now marking the inner is going to be interesting. So do the best I can. Just take the crayon, press the bumper cover up against the bracket. The same here. All right. So now we can make our cuts. All right, so for the upper brackets, we're going to be a little bit more precise. We're going to use the cutoff wheel to cut through the bumper, and we have it clamped to the table to try and hold it in place so we can hopefully make nice, even cuts. Not the prettiest thing ever. And we'll use our backup pneumatic saw. Just get some extra cut. And now we should be able to just push this in like a tab. Take our pneumatic saw, like so. And well, maybe not. All right. So now we'll do a quick test fit to see if we're even close on the upper bracket. Again, not the prettiest cutout ever, but it's a gambler car. Ooh, that's actually not bad. So first try, and it came through. So we'll give it a little bit more clearance there on the inner side, but we'll cut the other one the same way. And then we'll start to get this bumper in place, and then we'll test fit it before we get the bumper bolted on, make sure that everything clears. We don't have to do any more, make any more marks, and we'll get everything kind of finished up. and the front bumper install is done. Wasn't too bad. The only part, had to spend an extra hour and a half, just hogging out the holes in the lower mounts to get them to fit right. But with everything, eventually just kind of hit it with a hammer. It eventually goes into place with enough effort. But so excited on how this thing looks. It's pretty much done from an exterior standpoint. We were going to add a roof rack, but it didn't go with the Landau top really as planned, and it wasn't going to be as waterproof as we wanted it to be. But again, super excited with how it's turning out. And next video will probably either be cargo space modifications, so we can strap cooler and everything down in the back in the cargo area, because we won't have a roof rack, as previously mentioned. Or depending on if Amazon ships in time, we'll have our big Chinese knockoff, I think they're called Lumitech. They're supposed to look like the big ARB off-road spotlights, and those will be going on that front bumper. So yeah, hope you guys are enjoying the build series, and don't forget to like or dislike, but either way, subscribe.